Alright, for today, what we're going to be doing is viewing graph and inequalities and flipping signs. This is because we are starting on graphing, but instead of just being on a number line, so to start with, you guys are familiar with our favorite equation that we know and that we love because we can graph it in a linear function. So if we have our y equals mx plus b, let's do a quick refresher here. Our m is our slope. And if you look behind you, there is a post above the back whiteboard that says "Hope you're fun, just remember, rise over run." So that is written here and here on your notes as well, rise over run. And then we have our b. This is our y-intercept. So those are things that you're going to need to remember today as we review graph equations. So I know you guys have done this. You guys started with that in 8th grade probably, and we've done it a lot in my class and all that stuff. Regardless, when we're looking at here, I'm going to start at the example on the left. Now, when we look at graph y equals negative 2 over 3x minus, we're going to first find what the slope is. So if we look at this, our slope is written right here in front of our x. We must take sign with the number. So if there's a negative out, negative. That means we have our negative 2 over 3 as our slope. Then we go over here and we have our y-intercept. Again, take the sign with the number. So because it has a negative in front of that 2, our y-intercept must also be a negative. All right. You can write this as 0, negative 2 as well because that is an actual point. Okay, so now that we've identified our slope and our y-intercept, we now have to graph. So what we're going to do is we're going to start with our y-intercept. That's what we're going to graph first. So if we go onto our graph, our 0 isn't going to travel it anywhere, but our negative 2 is going to go down. So this is our first point. This is our starting point. Originally we started at our origin in the middle here at 0, 0, but now we're going to travel down to negative 2 for our new start. Now we have our slope. Our slope tells us it's a negative 2 over 3. If you look over in front above this paper, there is Mr. Slope. And Mr. Slope guy says that his eyes look like this with his eyebrows. This means that a positive slope, you want to go up this way. A negative slope, you should go down this way. Then he also has his undefined nose and his 0 mouth. So we like to use this Mr. Slope guy. Since this is negative slope, we're going to want it to look like this here, this eye over here. So if we go up to 1, 2, then we're going to have to go over 3. We're going to go over 3 to the left because we want it to look like that eye over there that's negative. 1, 2, 3. We'll plot our second point there. You can also go up another 1, 2, and then over another 3. 1, 2, 3 to continue plotting. What you can also do is start at your pink, or yours isn't going to be pink, but start at your negative 2 point, your y-intercept, and go down to 1, 2, and then to the right, 1, 2, 3. Again, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Once you're here, you're going to draw a line through your points. And what must be on the end of our lines? An arrow. Because this is a line, and a line extends forever and ever and ever and ever. So we have to have those arrows. Looking at our next example up here, we have graph y equals negative 3x plus 3. We have our negative 3 here. We have to take the sign with the number. If we have a negative 3, that will be our slope. However, if we're looking at this, it tells us rise over run. So we have to take this whole number, and whole numbers can always be over 1. So this is our rise 3, and our run is 1. And then we have our y-intercept. This is a positive 3, so we'll have 0, 3 as our new starting. So we go to our origin, we count up 3, 2, 3 for our y-intercept. Then we have our slope here, that negative 3 over 1. That means we're going to count up 3, 1, 2, 3, and then because it's negative, we're going to look at that I down there. We're going to go. There's no more room to keep going up, so we have to start 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. 1, 2, 3 over 1. I do want you guys to put at least 3 points. At least. So you can always do more. If you at the minimum, you have 3 points on here. And then what do we always have to end with? Our arrows on our lines, because our lines are extending forever and ever.